one thing which I'm really noticing in your conversation is your mention of your mother and how much role she had to play in the kind of leadership skills which she imparted in you. And I
Yeah.
just want to know, is there an element of tough love involved here which has made you the person you are today?
Yeah,
True.
definitely. Oh yes, and even currently, and I think that forever. I think that even when I'm, say, if I do get married or something like that, I think that there will always be a system, a hierarchy where I have to listen to my mother, because not only I owe her my success, but it's always been the tough love that really is what teaches me how to act. I think like it comes down to those moments where it's very clear that I'm wrong and she's right, that I actually learn a lesson, rather than moments of especially like when I was younger. I would say, like, I think that during my teenage years there was a lot of I wanted to be more of a conformist. I wanted to go to university initially. You know, my family's history, even my mother moved here because of a University of Chicago. It honors the Fermi family, which we're descended from. And so, you know, one of the things that for me, I wanted to go to University of Chicago or Harvard, or, you know, I wanted a big name. And my mom said, name 5 people that came out of any university you want to go to that you actually are fans of. And I could probably name like 3. And then I like stop and I realize, well, okay, I can only name a few, but thousands of people go to these universities every year. So either the people that go there are already special, or they're, you know, you think when you think college that they're being taught these qualities, that Mark Zuckerberg learned something at Harvard, but in reality, it's that Harvard attracts great minds, and also deep pockets too. A lot of this out of the box thinking came from my mom. Had a lot of out of the box thinking growing up, and tying this back into our first conversation. I grew up with a lot of normal things like television, a car. We lived in a nice house, but my mother was inspired by different groups of people. We lived near an Amish community, and so when I was about 8 years old, she threw away our TV and sold our car. And so we lived without a TV and a car. And then there was like certain other weird things that we tried out, like not using lights in our house and just letting the sunlight, you know, guide us in our day. And these little things, I feel like, because they were not rooted in like some sort of lunacy, but they were rooted in mindfulness and trying to live a better life. And so, you know, each time a problem arises, I'm willing to say, okay, let's break the system a little bit and see what can we do that most people won't.
And through voice, that how these actors use their creativity, like the gypsy scene which you did with the blanket was amazing. Yeah, so
right. So you know what?
Yeah,
that's interesting. I'll tell you just a short story, because when Alexander came into the first read, he was finding his character.